now. So one, I want you guys to just do whatever. You know, this is just normal class. This is not for, the reason why I'm filming is not for corporate or anything like that, it is actually for me. So before we get into this, you guys who've been here, Anthony, I think Estrada, and Slayman, if you'll recall, I filmed you guys pitching me a system, right? So the reason why I did that is so you guys can see what it's like on the outside, how you perform, how you conduct yourself, mannerisms, and everything else. Morning, Ted was looking for you.
Who?
Ted. Commercial Ted?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this is for my benefit, you know. As you don't know, I started off at Horizon, and back in the day, they would actually film us. This is told me during my interview process, are you comfortable being on camera? Because every now and then, we'll set one up at the door, at the table, and buy the equipment. And my manager would sit me down, and we'd go over it, and I could see what I look like. So to me, that was very beneficial. I'm not pushing that practice here, first and foremost. But like I said, for this, it's beneficial so this way I can see myself, how I conduct myself as well.
It's a huge learning tool.
It is. But like I said, breaches of privacy and things of that nature, like I said, for you guys, you know, there's no need for it. We don't have the resources for it. And honestly, department-wise, I think I'd be catching a lot of pushback, which is fair. So like I said, I personally liked it, but I understand why some guys don't. So it's not a fight worth having. But again, full disclosure, this will be filmed.
I see.
Yeah.
I had to find it.
Well, I did walk back there. So I did have a little button, but I think the battery died on this jobber, so I'm gonna be doing some heavy editing. I might be putting bits of this on LinkedIn, but that's about it. As I said, this is largely just for me, and that's all. All right, so what we're gonna be going over today is boiler opportunities. So we all know what a boiler is, yes? Now this is strictly on hydronic. I don't care about the ignition. None of you guys are certified for oil, so this is strictly gas boilers. So the reason why I want to spend an extra focus on this is a lot of guys are, one, scared of boilers, and two, don't really understand how to, you know, get any kind of profit off of it. Is that a fair statement?
Yep. Yeah.
So I actually had this conversation with Bill Sheriff the other day, when I was talking about this class. He's just talking about boilers generally. He's like, you know, a good boiler will last you forever. And I said, you're absolutely right. A Wheel & McLean Black Label will last you every bit of 30 years, provided the thing doesn't dry fire. Period. It's nothing more than a cast iron heat exchanger with no joints, and all it's doing is heating water. That's it. You have a gas valve and burners and a circulator pump. That is the basic, most basic bedding that you can talk about. So when it comes to flipping that equipment, he said it's impossible. And I said, no. What's impossible is crapping on the boiler. Because as I said, it's damn near indestructible. So what about all the stuff attached to it? That's something's, you know, flawed. You know, when we talk about furnaces, we talk about the heat exchanger. It's there unreliable because people don't swap air filters, you dump it because it's crap. And things wind up breaking on them. As well as a bunch of other moving parts. Introduce a motor, blower motor, circuit boards, permanently take a crap anymore. So with that being said, a boiler has all these other widgets attached to it that will fail. More to the point, they're exposed to high temperatures. It's a stupid question here, guys. How hot does a boiler get?
120. As hot as the flame.
180 degrees is the standard. So you never set the thing over 200, ever. I want to make that crystal clear. Does anybody know the reason why?
Water boils at 212.
Water boils at 212. When you start boiling, what do you get?
Steam.
Steam. How hot does steam get?
It can get very, very hot.
There's no limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in a boiler where it's not going to evaporate and go anywhere. So, again, with that being said, I just want to touch base on why people crank the heat up on the opposite.
Can I just interject real
Sure.
quick? That is my favorite statement to say to people with these 30, 40-year-old boilers is they're a great product. You know, maybe make them like they used to. You know, the cast iron is what it is. You can get the same thing in a newer version, but these are the ones you hear about on the news. When you hear about that boiler exploding in Philadelphia down in the basement, that's called a steam bomb.
Yep.
And you have an old boiler that doesn't have the more modern safeties that would shut it down in the event of a flamethrower or a carbon monoxide poisoning.
Right.
You know, and we don't even have pricing to add in those safeties to these older systems. because the liability's out of control.
Not to mention you have to retrofit everything.
I was
So, I mean,
looking at it
building in its own
yesterday.
circuit board and everything else.
With that first picture, B and G needs support. You know, I was at that boiler yesterday.
So, oh wow, really? I thought we scrubbed that one from our clientele, but we already talked about the whole steam bomb thing.
Yeah.
So, as I was saying, does anyone know why everyone increases the aqua stat? You know, I told you guys I want the boiler set at 180, then I just said, don't push it up over 200. So I'm kind of saying two different things here. Like, why do people feel the need to do that?
Underperforming.
Correct. At least that's what they feel.
think.
Why?
Corrosion.
Nope. Very rarely, very, very rarely, you get enough scale build up where it reduces the conductivity.
The breakdown of the internal parts.
Nope.
No, impeller, no.
Nope.
Where are you going with this, George?
If somebody, touch it, it burns.
Well, no, that's the reason why we don't do that high. But as for why it's underperforming, 90% of the time, it's because the baseboards are dirty. Yeah, you have a layer of crud on
Right.
top of the baseboard that acts as insulation.
Insulation.
So I had a call, went out to this dude's house, and me and him were chatting it up, and, he's got two big huskies, really friendly, and, great dogs. And someone's like, yo, this room in particular, it's never hot. I said, oh. I said, it's because your dogs. I didn't go back there. And I actually had to help him with me. He said, well, what do you mean? I said, dude, I'll tell you right now, these big dogs, they shed like crazy. He said, well, of course. I said, well, as it heats up, you get an air current going through the house, because that's thermodynamics, right? So you're always getting this draft going towards the baseboard. What gets carried by draft? By the wind.
All the air.
All the dog hair, not to mention the dust and dirt for any time you go through the house. Not to mention, if you got hardwood floors, there's no carpet to absorb it. So it's just gonna slide right over. So, I grabbed my little temperature gun, pointed at the, not the baseboard, but the actual joint going to it, the pipe going to it. 190 degrees. So I was like, dude, there's your problem. He's like, I said, go touch that elbow. Ow, son of a bitch. I'm like, yeah, hot, ain't it?
190 the baseboard,
Yep.
if you're cooking.
And I made my helper do it too. Let's go. Yeah, Louis Edmond, great guy. He moved on to a commercial, but I was like, hey Lou, I said, go touch that pipe. You know how hot it is. And she said, oh, son of a bitch.
It's
Yeah, but again, that fur and dust and dirt acted as an insulin. So guys who don't know will go, oh, you just got cranked the aquastat, just not hot enough. Because either they don't understand or they assume their scale build up. That's preferring the transfer.
Yeah, hold on, we had a call in Medford, for the same reason. 4 or 5 guys, we changed the pump many times. And I went down there, I remember I spoke with you and you told me to check off these radiators, see if they are dirty.
Yeah.
And I told them, you need to clean it, look.
Yep. Right, so radiators aren't as sensitive as baseboards. Because baseboards, you can actually get like a film on top of it. But people love to paint radiators.
Yes,
Oh.
they do.
So you got a layer of paint this thick, you got a layer of insulation that thick. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yep.
And one thing I really hate are radiator cars.
Slide.
Blocking the heat. Oh, we got little vents in there. That's great. All that heat stays trapped up in there, and only a little bit comes out
Trickles up.
from the top. So you got something that's designed to generate heat that is this tall, and you're only using this much of it. You've cut your efficiency by 60% because you're only exposing a third of it. And even that third is throttled back because it's little holes, right? Lattice work.
Yep.
So again, before you go any further, look at your environment. I've had this conversation numerous times when I've told people, like, you gotta clean your goddamn house. Out in the field and in my chair. There's nothing wrong with the equipment, you need to clean your house. I got pictures of from techs where it's just a mat of dog hair, of dust, dirt, 30, 40 years of neglect. Or maybe 5 years of scumbags. So, but moving on, any questions about any of that, by the way, before we get any further?
What if they covered actually? Sorry, go ahead. What if they're covered, like they covered radiators with like sofas or like dressers or?
Same thing, you're blocking the heat. I mean, it's no different than putting, your couch on top of a vent.
Okay.
I understand why some people may have covers, but like, what would be the alternative?
Take it off.
Take it off?
Yeah, so people put on covers for 2 reasons. One is to hide it, because they don't like the look of it. That's the most common reason, and every now and then someone will say, well, I don't want my kids burning themselves. And I get that, but radiators don't get that hot. Like I said, the piping will be 180 degrees, but that radiator maybe $1.60. So So not enough to burn you, but enough to like not make you want to touch it more than twice. I'm old school, so I'm a big fan of self-improvement through suffering. I let my kids touch it all the time, so this way they learn.
Touch it.
Yeah. So, we talk about components, right? Did everyone get one of these?
Yes.
Perfect. So what that is, if you'll take a look at the circle section, I do apologize for the darkness, but I tried to mess with it and I made it work, so that's as good as it's gonna get. So, does everyone know what an air scoop is?
Yep.
Perfect. Does everybody know how to install them? Everyone says that, but they're all installed wrong. So on there, you'll find out that it is 18-inch minimum straight run before you go into it. Does anybody know why that is?
Give the water bubbles time to make their way up to the top of the plant.
Yeah, so we're gonna get a little nerdy here, and I apologize for my very poor drawing skills. My little brother was the artist of the family, not me, as well as my cousin. So, air scoop, what happens is you actually have a set of brushes in here. Brushes catch any air bubbles coming through and force it up to the top where it gets released. Now, if you have a straight pipe, everything's fine, right? But if you have a bend, what happens here? Yeah, rapids, right? Turbulence, white water, all that fun stuff. So because it's rolling around, that air has been pushed all over the place, not necessarily up here to the top. So you need that 18 inches for the water to get to the top. So this way you can do it.
They are all the time.
Every single time. Not every single time, but a lot of people don't understand.
It's tight around boilers.
I get it.
You know, the real estate is not there
Yeah.
sometimes.
So if you're doing this, you will lose some, but not enough. And that water is gonna, where that air is gonna perpetually stay in the system. Because you're coming straight off 90 and you've only got an inch, that water has no time to settle. So, how do we get around that?
I don't know. They got the spider ones that are a little bit tighter.
Air bleeders. How about we go to one of our basic betties? It's a little trash can.
What, at the top of 90?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right there, top of any 90.
Mm-hmm.
You can put these anywhere. I found one in an upstairs closet one time.
Mm-hmm.
Took me forever to find it. It wasn't until the damn thing started leaking that I could find it. I was trying to figure out where the hell I was losing water from.
There's bladder tanks in the attics.
Yeah, well, that's way old school.
Uh-huh.
So, yep, these are great. You can just cut it in, cut out some pipe, thread in a T, especially if you got copper, just solder it in. You screw this bad boy right in. So that's gonna really help them, because nothing kills anything faster than air in the system. Blocks it from going through. Now, with that being said,
Yeah, I don't think I have the bushings and like the appropriate things to really install one of those, but if it needed to get done, I could order it.
yeah, no, I mean, if anytime you're gonna add one and not replace one, it's a job.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta redo pipe and everything like that, so that's not the same day thing, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, okay.
I've only done 2 of these, like installed them,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it took about 6 hours for me to figure out the piping and everything like that, because there was black iron, and
Oh, wow.
I overshot, my skill set.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we're gonna be doing that, we gotta take the water out of the boiler, right?
Yep.
$340 to drain down your system.
That's just to drain it?
That's just a drain.
Okay.
So every single hydronic task, that needs to be on there,
Mm-hmm.
almost.
Unless it's included in the price.
It's not,
Never?
unless it says it.
Right,
And
that's
that's
what I
gonna be
mean,
very,
sometimes
very
you gotta
rare.
read them, because Mike Phillips threw me for a loop with that. It was like a compressor replacement, didn't come with the refrigerant, but a coil replacement did.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you,
And
like,
the verbiage was just
yeah, I know.
so night and day contrast.
I gotta talk to someone about the price book. But, so the only time that this is not gonna apply, because we gotta take water out of the system, right? Otherwise, you're flooding up that whole damn house.
Yep.
Does anybody know how to replace these on the fly?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fun.
Installing the valve.
Yep. So here's the thing.
Do it cold.
So this is a newer model, so you can't really see it, but inside the older ones, there's a Schrader. Exactly the same as your air conditioner Schraders and your tire Schraders. So it's just a little pin with a rubber gasket around it. How hot does water get in the boiler?
200.
No,
180.
180. It can, but you shouldn't. 180 degrees. What happens to rubber when it heats up?
Or,
Doesn't quite melt. It gets, well, no, it actually gets dry and brittle and loses its expansionness. Loses flexibility, it's,
Elasticity.
thank you.
Yes.
Yes, elasticity. So when that happens, it's gonna shrink. Now we're not gonna have a complete seal. Make sense? So on every single one of these, after like 5 years, you're gonna see this green film.
Yeah.
You go, oh, what's that? And you're gonna open this, and you're gonna hear, psst, and then it's gonna shoot out a little bit of water. And you go, oh, got water out, and then you're gonna shut it, just like the jackass before you. And because you're doing the same dumb shit, you are now the next jackass in line. Did you solve the problem? No. There's water and there's air in the system. It's coming in from somewhere, and it's never going to go anywhere because this is sealed shut. But you can't leave it open like you're supposed to.
Because it's leaking.
Yeah.
It trips constant.
This is supposed to be spun about halfway open, so this way air can come out.
I've seen those leak tue,
Yeah.
but the top, when
Right
you
here?
twist, yes, you could actually open that up.
Yeah, I see the seam.
Go ahead, give it a twist.
It's making it look weak on camera.
Well,
I need some
I
channel
had
locks.
them very
I need
easy,
channel locks.
very easy to twist, and they were leaking. They shouldn't be that easy to go.
But the ones I'm talking about, like, they leak all the time.
Uh-huh.
Like after 5 years. It's simple physics, guys. There's nothing wrong with the equipment. It's not bad manufacture. It's just, you put anything under boiling water, something bad's gonna happen somewhere down the line, right?
So how often do you replace those shaders?
You don't replace the Schrader, you replace the whole thing.
You replace the whole thing?
Yeah.
So this guy's gonna replace the
Yeah,
whole thing?
so if you try to replace a Schrader, have you ever worked on a train from 1980 something? Okay. Those Schraders are actually tied into the service valves. You can take them out, but there's a little wire.
I know, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they did it for like 3 years. And when you take it out, sometimes you can't get it back in.
Mhm.
And then you're stuck because,
Yep.
yeah, you're screwed. Ask me how I know.
Oh, boy.
Experience.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't do that, ever.
I didn't know, like, man, this thing's taking forever to come out. And finally, like, it's stuck and I couldn't get it back in. Guess you replaced the service valve for free that day. Well, 2 days later, whatever. But, so with this, like I said, you show them, hey, this is leaking, and I encourage you to bring the homeowner down. You're gonna hear it hiss, and then we're getting a little water dribble. Psst. And we're gonna shut this, and we're gonna do this every couple of years. Or, and that's if they're as good as I am, they know to look at this stuff, because these are like mushrooms, they put them all over the place, right? It's not uncommon to see like 3 or 4 down on any given system, not even its own one. Or you can actually replace it. So this is actually a 10-minute job. What you do is you shut the system down, you shut off the auto feed. You go out to your truck, take your time, you smoke a cigarette, because you're going to want 10-15 minutes for the pressure and temperature to drop. And then you come back here, you're gonna get this one out of the box, you're gonna tape it up, and then you're gonna get a rag and a bucket. You take the bucket, put it underneath it, the rag right next to it, and you're gonna spin off the old one very quickly. You're gonna get a little shot of water, and once the pressure drops and just becomes a little steady flow, you spin the new one back on. Done. 15 minutes, didn't lose 40 minutes to drain down and purge the boiler, and the client's happy.
You ever do an expansion tank on the fly?
No, but I've seen it done, and I said you're a better man than me.
Yeah, that's dicey.
Yeah. Well, the guy told me he got a boiler baptism one time. I was like, you still do it? He's like, one out of how many times he's done it. He's like, I like those odds.
Yeah.
Got it. Good for you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not gonna, it's
Each their own.
one out of about 20. I mean, those are pretty good odds. At the same time, like, I wouldn't do it because, as you all know, sometimes those expansion tanks get stuck.
And they're heavy and full of water when they come off, and just so cumbersome as they're boom, 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 boom,
Yep.
dumping on you. I stepped out of the room, I was watching this master plumber do it, he's like, no, I'm gonna do this on the fly. I'm like, okay. I'm literally tiptoeing out of
Yeah.
the room as he's, water spraying, I'm like, no, I'm out of here.
All right, so,
Oh, wow.
yeah, this is old timey. But that's a brand new expansion tank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what happened with something this old, it didn't start off with an expansion tank. Pardon me. It started with a compression tank.
Oh, really?
Have to, look how old that boiler is.
Right,
Expansion
right.
tanks didn't exist back then.
Mhm.
That boiler's every bit from 1960 something, guaranteed. Maybe 1973. No matter what, it's old to me. And yes, that's old. So, does anyone here know what a compression tank is?
Is that the one, that hangs on top of the boil?
Correct. It's a long barrel,
Oh, yeah, those.
Yep. and there's no bladder in there.
Mhm.
It's just supported by banding straps typically.
Mhm.
Sometimes they're actually shoved in the rafters themselves, so the joists are supporting it.
Mhm.
But I would say 80% of the time, it's metal banding straps,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And what you're supposed to do is you go up there and you drain a little bit of water every single year.
Mhm.
Let me ask you something. If I just told you that this thing's from 1960 something, well, I'll be generous and say 1975.
Mhm.
So do the math on that, guys, that's 50 years, plus or minus. And for 50 years, that valve has been drained every single year. How much faith do you have in that valve?
No, I'm not touching it.
Good. I've never, ever opened up a compression tank. I refuse to.
I've purchased.
In my whole career, I've walked, no, you're gonna get someone else. You can sit, call me whatever you want. I'm not doing it.
Well,
Because what if that valve gets stuck?
Stuck open, yeah.
Everything runs out.
Yeah. Or you have to stay triple.
so that's designed just to
Yeah.
put pressure on the whole system.
Yeah.
A compression tank, it just holds the weight of water over the rest of the system to force air out below.
Exactly. It just creates an air buffer.
I never stopped to think about it or even had anybody explain, you know, its purpose.
I'm good at what I do.
I don't.
So the other thing is, it's above you. So two problems with this. As I said, one, hardly anyone ever touches those valves. I encourage you not to, because it's not a ball valve, it's a gate valve. So just like your spigot outside, and by the way, how hot is the water in this thing?
180 degrees.
Right.
Hopefully-
Freeze is
hopefully,
not,
yeah.
yeah. So this isn't like your outdoor spigot with cold water of, room temperature, 87, 90 degrees on a hot day, right?
Spray that up.
This is twice as much on any given Sunday, right? So obviously it's under more duress, which means it's more liable to fail. The other thing, remember I said that being held up by metal straps. Those straps were nailed in 40, 50 years ago.
Mhm.
Has anyone checked on them? How strong are those joists it's attached to? What happens if that thing slowly starts to fill with water? Because a compression tank doesn't weigh shit. It weighs like, seriously, 12, 15 pounds.
Yep.
It's light. Like, there was one out in the lot last year, and I picked it up, like, oh my god, this is, like, you could throw it with one hand.
Really?
Yeah, it was like the size of this table, length of this table.
Mhm.
But that was empty.
Yeah, that have the way that.
They're never empty, first and foremost, because you got to fill them about at least a third of the way. And then as they fill more and more, so now you've got this container about 3 feet long, above your head,
A bathtub.
that has pipe ring run to it, with an auto feed. So what happens if that compression tank gives out? What happens if it fills up too far? What happens if the nails give out?
It's coming down on you.
It's coming down. Do you think that copper piping's gonna hold it?
Hell.
So what's gonna happen? The piping's gonna snap.
Water's gonna shoot everywhere.
What's the auto feed gonna do?
Pumping water into that
Gonna do its
system.
job. I'm gonna automatically feed water because my pressure has dropped. Let me do my job. I'm the little engine that could. Come on, Thomas, get on board.
That's right.
I'm a good productive little engine. Screw your basement.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Your whole house from the third floor down.
So, what do we do when we see those things? Do we go to the homeowner and say, hey, this is a nightmare scenario, and say, yo, yeah, by the way, you're screwed. Deuces.
That's an option.
Yeah, have fun sleeping tonight.
Yeah, right. I'm completely full of fear.
Yeah. How about we cut it out and replace with an expansion tank? So this guy did.
Mhm.
You put expansion tank wherever you want. It doesn't have to be all the way up here. The closer it is to the boiler is actually the better. You can put the damn thing on the floor if you really want to. But if you're already gonna do stuff like this, support it.
Yeah, that thing's just, that pipe is already pulled in,
Yeah.
it's already on there.
Who here has had, well, you guys have it, but those bladders in there can fail.
Yeah, it's still good.
We've had them fail out of box.
Really?
Yeah, it's not often, but it means, something that's manufactured just as everything else.
You've seen a lot.
There's gonna be a couple faults in there.
Right. So when that bladder fails, it does the exact same thing as the expansion tank, that fills up with water. Now, that's a lot smaller, it won't be,
That's
you know, yeah, 30 gallons of water, whatever, it might hold 1, 2. But, sorry, what's that?
That's the job. I spoke with you actually.
Good enough, the
We
bladder
replaced
Jesus.
it.
Yeah.
That big tank.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, even this thing gets full of water, it's still, I don't know, 15, 20 pounds. So on something like that, not that big a deal, because this is black iron. But you can put it in water on the copper side, and you'll have it sitting sideways. So now,
Yeah, same size.
8, 10 pounds, 8, even 12 pounds.
Don't need some sag.
Yeah,
Good.
go grab a 10-pound weight, hold that in front of you for a while. Let me know if you make it past 2 minutes. So you're asking a lot from that copper. And the same thing, at best, absolute best, you bend the copper and kink it. At worst,
It's gonna snap.
it's gonna snap.
It's gonna snap in half.
So, if you do sell this, local guy, guys, support it.
Or
Couple banding straps. And don't do dumb stuff like tie it to the copper pipe above it. You're just trading one devil for another.
Yep.
So here, John talked about this. This is a B&G pump. Bell and Gossett is used for low flow applications. Don't see them too often anymore.
never seen it.
Yeah, they're pretty rare in Jersey. But they're still popular in Pennsylvania and Delaware. Now you can actually replace this because the distance is the same. You can, if that fails, you can actually replace it with a Taco, your standard Taco circulator pump. But if you have a large house or it's going up 3 floors, you might need that because it's got a bigger torque and a slower flow rate.
Push that water up.
Exactly. It's got a little more oomph behind it, but like I said, the flow is slower. So this way you're not heating up the grass too fast.
Oh, it's just a circulator.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just a
It's just like-
cheaper one.
much bigger one. And again, it works at a slower flow rate than your little Taco.
You can see what's.
Yeah, it just moves that around. So like I said, you'll see this in tall houses or big houses, older stuff. Some older houses still have them, even though they, RADs especially. Some older houses will still have them just because that's what they had back in the day and people were too scared to swap them out. That you could use Taco, but honestly, see it, just bang in a fresh one. Now, with that being said, this is heavy. This is about a 30-pound motor. And it's only about this big, so it's dense. You see it right there. And there's the cutout and everything.
Yep.
So, 2 things. One, this has a capacitor. That needs to be checked. And 2, you can't really see it, but right where I'm hovering, there's a little oil port right there. So if you're going to replace one, for the love of God, put that oil port up, facing up.
Oh my god.
You'd be surprised.
I wouldn't be because they're just inexperienced replacing the pump.
Or they're tired, or they don't, I had a guy with 10 years experience put it upside down.
But that was probably the first one of those pumps you ever installed in 10 years.
No, I called him, I'm like, dude, what the hell?
Okay.
He's like, bro, I was just tired that day.
Yeah.
He was out there 8 o'clock at night, I drained down the whole thing, and
Like I think even like the younger techs in tech school, they like these because they get to do something with them on maintenance. Oh, I get to oil this pump, so they
Yeah.
remember these ones because there's like something
you can actually
to
do it.
do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
Yeah.
3 drops of oil,
What would be the reason we would switch them out?
they fail.
They fail.
It's a motor, same as anything else, they can fail. Guys, don't oil them, or they can't oil them because the ports are upside down, and it's gonna seize up. You don't overoil it, there's a port here, if I recall correctly, there's one in the back as well. But that back one I know for a fact is not in every single model.
Trying to think, is that one for leakage or no? That's just.
So the-
in public.
These, I was told, and I've never seen it done, I was told you can actually just replace the motor. You undo these couplings and slide it out and bang the fresh one in.
Yeah, there's a linkage in there.
Never seen it done. I had an opportunity to do one, and they sent another tech out to it, and he screwed the job up, and I had to go back and fix it. After the new one's already in, but that's a different story. So, as I said, these suckers are expensive, by the way. I mean, take a look at our pricing on these things.
Yeah, I've
They're like
done,
$800 our cost.
I've done that one on the left, that sled on the chiller.
Yeah, this one,
Yeah.
God help it. We don't do anything that big, but, so again, for B&G pump, I think our cost is like $3K plus a drain out.
Okay.
I got a question.
Sure.
What if I had a pump or two? Could I sell it to the company?
No.
Oh.
We don't want it, buy our own.
Oh.
Why don't want you use pump?
Oh. Well, it's not used, it's brand new.
Dude, for all that, I was buy shit off eBay.
Oh. That's where I was gonna get it from.
So other thing. I can't expand here. You see that on the edge of that pipe?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
The chalk.
That's the roll off.
Well, what is this stuff?
It's a calcium.
For what?
Water. Built up less water.
I don't know if that's a 90.
Why is water getting there?
It was leaking through that blowout.
Yeah, it looks like they reused that
And it
pipe.
shouldn't be sticking outside, right?
No, it shouldn't.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know, if this valve blows, water's gonna go straight out sideways. That's why we always put it on 90 down.
6
Yeah,
inches.
it's supposed to be sideways.
I've blown a leaf valve when I was installing a boiler. Wasn't paying attention and overfilled it. It just shot.
Did his job.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at it. I was mad at myself and the world and my boss and everything else. But
The Navients are terrible because the relief valve goes up off the top,
Mhm.
and you just hang this new backpack up on the wall
Yep.
and
yeah,
water
they just
down
do
over
everything.
the whole thing.
Congratulations, 100-degree water.
How far is it supposed to be off the ground?
6 inches.
6 inches, yeah. So enough so that's not gonna dribble down on everything, but also so you can access it and see.
Oh.
So this leaks because this fails or this is starting to fail. 90% of the time, if you see a leak in a leaf valve, I swear to God, don't replace just the goddamn leaf valve. Get your pressure gauge and take a pressure reading on the expansion tank. Because if not, you're gonna be out there 30 days later to replace the expansion tank. Leaf valves don't fail, guys.
They just kind of get cruddy.
Yeah.
And they'll drip. If crust gets behind the rubber.
It's gonna seal it, yeah.
Yeah, but if it's never been popped,
Right.
it's just always been defaulted.
This thing was tight as balls.
Mhm.
And it looked like whoever put that piece of pipe there reused an old piece of pipe because the corrosion is round around the whole outside. Like at one point it was facing down.
Right. So and that's the other thing, if you do stuff like this, to John's point, cut this stuff off, so this way you don't set up the next guy for failure.
And put the knife to the ground.
Because
I wasn't gonna say anything about that because it was just so far.
like, I would go out there and go like, oh, this has been leaking. That's the first thing I would say.
Yeah, you see the corrosion on there, yeah.
And now it's an ugly conversation. Oh, well, that's funny because you guys were out here last year, you replaced my relief valve. God damn it.
Yeah.
Stepped in that
The tank is new.
I do that all the time.
relief valve is new. So I just left it alone.
Yeah. So
I'm
guess
smart
what?
enough to tap dance around that.
I started threw someone under the bus, because now I gotta tell them, well, you should have cut this off and put a 90 on there, and guess what I'm gonna do today for free? Go ahead, call the office, I'll just get to work. You know,
You know
no
that-
coming back from that.
Yeah, you don't wanna be in
You know,
that.
You know? So, yeah, you should have said it, but at the same time, like, the dude also screwed up in the first place, like, do the job right. The amount of money we charge, do everything right. We're talking about 190-degree copper elbow and what, 3 feet, 3.5 feet of copper pipe? That's like $30 all in. I'm not worried about it, if that, I think we're being very generous with that number. I don't think copper's that high these days.
Yeah, I offered her to brush that heat exchanger out. I said, listen, if you wanna keep it, here's what we could do, you know? And whatever, it's $1,800 to disassemble it and brush it. I showed her the pictures.
Would that be a boiler maintenance kit?
It's this soot brush. It's like a
So-
oil boiler tune-up.
Oh, okay.
It's applying to
Guys,
this
we don't
thing.
have a
It's
whole
on
lot of time.
propane. Sorry.
So here, what's that?
That's leaking.
That's everything I just talked about.
Yep.
That's
No,
air
it's
scoop
10
installed
inches.
improperly, a leaking valve.
Only an inch and a half.
Yep. And by the way, cert pumps, they're gonna fail, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a motor. We don't know when, but it will. So drain down cost, inconvenience of it all, new gaskets. Well, how about we sell an isolation valve?
Make the job easier, not to drain it down again.
Right here.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one.
They
You
sell
buy one
kits
isolation,
for
yeah.
the flanges.
Yep. So this way, next time it goes down, it's gonna happen somewhere down the line, yo, I'm gonna save you $300 some odd dollars today. Slide it out, bang in the fresh room, hit the auto feed, count to 2, you're good to go.
Let it make up that water. Yep.
That's it. That's it. It took now you're taking a hour and a half, 2 hour job at best, if you're really good at boilers, to a half hour. front to back. Client's not inconvenienced, they save some money, and your job is a whole lot easier. But, as John said earlier, not a lot of real estate going on here. So there's a valve there, that's the only one that I can see.
And there's one under it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
blue
blue
handle.
handle.
So this one does have isolation valves.
Yeah.
This one not so much, there's a valve up there, I guess you can shut off that one. You still need one further downstream here.
Mhm.
So no matter what, you're still kind of screwed on that one.
Yeah, that's tight.
Oh, going back to dripping valves.
They all look like they're dripping.
Well, so one thing I do wanna caution you guys, obviously take a look at that basement, right? It's damp in there. You're gonna have some oxidation. Now, if you see a line of oxidation all the way up and down the copper, that's humidity. That's fine. It's when you see that ring around it,
Yeah.
you know, especially on the inside, that's when it's been dripping. Now, you won't see this too often unless you're in Philly or some really ghetto parts of town. Someone will actually put a cap on this relief valve.
Yep. Because it's leaking and they don't wanna repair it, so they seal it so it stops leaking.
And then
You
boom.
meant that creates a steam bomb.
Hello.
And the whole reason why that relief valve there is to relieve pressure, right? It's built into the name. If it can't do that, that pressure doesn't go away, not magically. You just become a domestic terrorist. You laugh like I'm joking. He said it. Doesn't happen too often anymore. But in the 80s and 90s, boilers would fucking explode.
Right.
You see news stories every now and again. Just house went up, boiler blew up.
There was like 2 or 3 of them in Philadelphia last year.
Yeah,
Especially when they dry fire.
this is why. Yeah, we get that one too.
Low water, yeah.
Yep. So I will tell you right now, if I find out you guys cap one of these,
Okay.
and we're not talking the purge valves, that's fine. Those will drip, that's okay. But a relief valve, not only will I fire you, I'm gonna follow you out to the parking lot and beat your ass. I mean that.
That's causing a dangerous situation. Don't do that.
You can kill somebody.
I wasn't joking about domestic terrorism, about an explosion. These things happen, guys. This is legit, this is dangerous stuff. All because
Someone
someone,
went on her invoice.
yeah,
I showed her where the spill would be for the overflow, the carbon monoxide. I showed her where a thermal fuse element should be down in the combustion area. I said, this thing is either a flamethrower or it poisons you to death. Here's my combustion analysis. Look, there's no carbon monoxide in your home now. I was like, you should probably replace this. That's
Oh,
careless.
I broke one of those down before.
You broke into the concrete to do it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That shit
Some
was
guy wanted me to
terrible.
do it on a 1960s boiler. I said, listen.
guess how old this is? Also, it's not
20s?
concrete.
Oh, that's asbestos.
That's
This is
asbestos.
asbestos.
That's even
Oh my
worse.
God. That's like converted from coal.
Yep. Oh, no, 100% correct. There's your old coal feeder right there.
That shit's old as hell.
1890. Yeah, down in Salem.
Retrofitted with an oil pump.
There's a lot in Philly.
Yeah. So I ran this call when I was working for a different company. I came back and cussed out everyone in the office.
Yeah.
Because all the piping was wrapped in asbestos. My job was electrical in nature, so I did what I did and I got out. And when I got there, I was like, you guys know about this? Yeah, the last guy out there said it's really old and weird. I'm like, do you know that there's like 50 pounds of asbestos wrapped around that damn thing? And guys, I've said this for my career, and I'm gonna say as manager, I will never touch asbestos. You can call me whatever name you want in the book. I'll take it. I'm not doing it. I encourage you to do the same. Because what happens is, if you get mesothelioma, it's not gonna appear for about 20 years after. We all change jobs, right? You change shirts, you change careers, you change trucks. That company's not gonna get your back. I promise you this. So this is all about self-preservation. No one should tell you to touch something like that, ever.
What about the company, can they flip it?
They have to get remediation is gonna cost an extra 15 to 20K.
Yep.
Depending on how much asbestos is there.
Damn.
You know,
You know,
so.
pipe and all that, yeah.
Yep, so we did one in Woodbury, years ago, prior to me being part of the company. And it was really cool because the old asbestos one was there, and actually cut it out of the system, reran the line set, and left it there, because they didn't want to, you know, deal with the asbestos. Yeah, he had it wrapped behind the tarp and everything. And they had a brand new Wheel Crane Ultra. So it's really wild to see like the two of them. Like that one's probably from the twenties. So here's another one. This is a cute little one. So this is a magnetic separator. We can offer this in there too. You mentioned scale, right? How about we get all the contents out of the system to begin with? The Hutchinson's lawyers, they live in Philly somewhere, I forget where it was, but they went through 3 circ pumps in 2 years. It's unheard of, brand new system.
But older piping, older house.
100% was water. I pulled it out, I was like, this is all orange. I was like, they're doing any work upstream? He's like, yeah, we should affect this. Listen, chief, you're doing good at protecting my boss's legal interests. I'm here to protect your boiler. We need a filter because I'm not gonna keep doing this for free. And then Fred Hutch yelled at me and said, you're gonna do it for free. But. So, but at the same time, like, if you didn't have that relationship with the owners, guess what? I'm charging because I'll give you the first one, but after that, hey, there's existing problems. Everyone after this is gonna be chargeable.
Yes.
So, circ pumps on the average are about $1,000 plus or minus, plus the drilling down charge. So you're looking at $1,500 bill. You won't pay that every single year?
Yeah.
Throw a magnetic separator.
Just pay for the filter.
They can cut it almost anywhere. Preferably to the water feed going into it, or at the very least, as soon as it comes out of there, once everything gets heated up. And this way we can eliminate contaminants, because once we heat up water, it starts to separate the minerals.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you want it on the return side, but you can put it on the supply side?
I went on the feed side, to be honest with you. I actually haven't, so even though I talked about them, I've never installed one myself. So I prefer the manual.
Alright, here's the feed right there.
Yeah.
There's the tank. Coming off. Okay.
So this is on the return side, because there's your circle on the
Yeah.
supply.
Your supply is there. And they
So I
got,
guess they went on the return side because water flow is going a lot slower and has more chance to capture everything. Anthony, you had a question, or just think forward? Okay. So this one doesn't have it, but, there it is. Anybody know what that guy is? Low water cutoff. Low water cutoff does exactly that, shuts down the boiler, detects the water pressure's gotten too low. This prevents it from dry firing. If you dry fire something, anybody leave a pot on the oven for too long, without anything in it?
The drop of water just touches that, and
Same thing.
I guess 10 times or 100 times.
Yeah, yeah. Your boiler's now shot.
Oh.
A lot of piping may be shot as well.
Hopefully you're not standing in front of it when it does.
Yeah. So these things we put on any system. I do mean any system. It's mandatory on Steam, as a matter of fact.
They come in different sizes and shapes too.
Yeah, the premise is still the same.
Yeah, some municipalities require it regardless.
Yep. And that's, I actually like that one, it's a lot smaller, so you can put it in anywhere, but the more common ones are the big black ones about
Yep.
yay.
I was gonna say, why are they so big on like the same size boiler?
Raised differently, I don't know.
Yeah, it gives you, the black one has the warning lights.
Yeah.
If it's red, the hood, turn that damn thing off and walk away for a minute.
Don't they have an aquastat, like a Honeywell, that is also a low water cutoff?
Some of them have them built into it,
Yeah.
yes. A lot of your tankless ones do now.
Right.
So Lock and Bar, yeah, Lock and Bar has one, I know Navient for a fact does have one built into it. I think Lock and Bar does as well.
Yeah, Navient, you used to have to pipe it in at the top.
Yep. But Navient is all, for anyone who's ever walks up to a Navient boiler, every Navient tankless combi, everything's built in the box. It's got its own circ pump, its own low water cutoff, like everything, because they just want you to buy the box and pop it on and take care of it. So your auto feed is in there, your backflow preventer, all that stuff is built into it.
How do you expect to replace anything you get in there?
It's a pain.
You can get in there and work on this
Yeah.
thing.
I always look inside, I'm like, you gotta take care of a lot of shit.
They got the
Yeah.
3-year warranty, so you,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of clips.
Yeah.
You
Oh, is it?
pop the clips, the whole thing
It's-
comes out.
It's time consuming, it's not, there's, to his point, you don't actually wrench a whole lot.
No, it's really.
So you're not trying to get, you know, a 4-foot wrench in there that cracks up and loose, it's.
Yeah.
I've replaced the heat exchanger, like, I've done some work on those.
Also, does anyone here know what a backflow preventer is?
Yep.
Okay. Do you know why a lot of these boilers don't have them?
Why they don't have them? No.
Backflow preventers didn't become code until the 90s, 2000s, depending on your township. And a lot of times, if it wasn't there to begin with, they'll say, well, it wasn't there, they'll pop in a fresh one. So you should always have a backflow preventer. Does anybody know why?
Yeah, because you don't want that, you don't want the city water to come back.
You don't want the boiler water to
The
bleed
boiler
into
water
your.
to bleed in.
Yep, you have it reversed. Yep. And that can't happen. There was a town in New York State about 2 years ago. Something happened with their water tower. And everyone in the goddamn town got Legionnaire's disease.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like thousands of people just got wrecked, just ruining toilets. Yeah.
That's crazy. There we go.
Doesn't happen often, but it does happen. It's the same thing, you got a drain down here.
Worst boiler ever.
What's
Like
that?
the one we cleaned or this house?
They will.
So again,
The heat exchanger and cleaning that thing out.
you got a copper pipe and an expansion tank sitting right there. Like at very least, put a banding strap across here, underside to support it.
Mhm.
Also, I don't think I mentioned this, but I should have. Use metal banding straps, please.
Metal.
Let's go back to this one. What does heat do to plastic and
Oh,
rubber?
that's
Raoul?
right, that's right.
With the banding straps, the one that's holding PVC pipe, you don't want us to use those.
You talking to the right next to the expansion tank. The-
Those are fine,
the hanger.
it has metal in it.
The hanger.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
these are fine. This also heavy duty one, but I mean, look, that's for a
That's
2
for
inch pipe.
PVC,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's for a 3 inch pipe, like, you're gonna bend the hell out of that just to, that's,
Yeah.
Tightening it up to get to.
that's wasted. But banding strap comes in 2 types, you got the plastic stuff, and that'll melt.
Yeah.
Like, you'll actually just start to turn brown and then like start snapping at the little holes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What are the straps called? They use it, it goes to the wall. There's usually like a board behind it and they just drill it into the wall for the piping. What are those called?
I think it's just banding strap, that's just comes in a big strip, were you
No.
talking about
They're like orange cup, things. They
crap.
use to secure the pipes.
Yep,
Oh, the clamps.
yeah.
Clamps.
Greenfields?
Yeah, Greenfields.
Greenfields.
stripes, Yeah.
Alright,
No, those are the hangers. Greenfields are the hangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, this is a greenfield.
Mhm.
I don't know. I
I
know
just
what you're
wanna know
talking
the
about.
name,
No,
yeah.
no, I know what
That's
you're
what
talking
he's talking
about, I
about,
can't, it's just not there for me. I don't think I've
There's
ever.
a threading on the bottom.
Yeah.
Threading and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think I've ever been able to name that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that has the
pipes.
base, yeah, it has the base, you drill the base, screw it in, yeah.
Something of the name.
What is the name of that thing?
Yeah, exactly, I don't think I knew the name.
Pipe strap?
I can just go pick it up.
Yeah, but if you had to call in an
Yeah,
order,
exactly,
you
call
know,
it,
you gotta call.
one of those
Yeah.
things.
So again, guys, take a look here,
The clamps.
you know, we got some good solid work, and this one is exactly what I was talking about, this is just copper.
Yeah.
You can unsweat or just cut it out, pop in, and you got plenty of space to work, install your isolation valves. It's not black iron.
That way it was already cut out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you got a couple right here,
There, yep.
and another one right there, but they had to put in this T right here, that's the reason why it's
That's where
there.
it is, okay.
We order the flange kit with the isolation valves built into it.
Yep.
Thread those black ones
Oh,
off. thread
also-
those on, you're
Yeah,
done.
I'm good to go.
So this doesn't apply to this situation, but does everybody know what this is?
That's for the chimney. Chimney clean out.
Chimney clean out, yep. If you're working 80%er, open that up every single time. Every single time.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they're painted and like,
So if that's like to say, hey, I would like to open this, but I need your permission to do so, or you can do it. So the reason why
It
is,
gives you some clout though,
it does.
you know what I mean?
So the reason why I say open this is the leaves and everything get in there. That chimney gets blocked and you're freaking out because you got high carbon monoxide levels.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, we gotta shut this thing down. Well, no, you just have to reach your hand in there and grab out a couple fistfuls of leaves. Wear gloves. Because sometimes it's not just leaves.
Yeah.
I got a
Pull out a critter.
I got a picture of a mummified, I think, squirrel in here somewhere.
Now, that's chargeable, is that correct?
No, it should be done part of the maintenance. Now, if you see it and it's like packed, then yeah, it's gonna be chargeable, we can have that conversation.
Yeah.
But just stick your hand up there and pull, and dude,
Yeah.
you got a bucket on your truck, just,
do we offer chimney lining?
only with installs. We as a company don't do them.
Oh.
And, but at some point, chimney liners are code federally, or at least in the tri-state area.
Oh.
So anytime a boiler is replaced, you should have a chimney liner. Now, if your buddy does it, then he's not gonna drop a chimney liner. So, keep that in mind. So anything that has permits will have a chimney liner.
And you could run PVC up an old chimney.
That'd be
what
about
application?
90%, right?
Yeah, 90%.
Thank you, yeah, yes.
Like an induced, yeah.
Yeah, depending on how tall, make sure the induced motor can handle it. You know, there are limitations, but yeah, I've seen it done numerous times.
I was just wondering if it was like code or not, or if it was just like some handyman special.
No, depending on the township, they might use, depending on the township, might give you some grief because they can't see the couplings or anything inside. But that's from inspector. So as far as application goes, there's no reason you couldn't do it, provided that that motor, that it meets the criteria.
Yeah, I can't remember if there were
You know.
inspection stickers or not.
So honestly, if you're in a two-story house, the boiler's down in the basement, and that thing's trying to go up 3 stories plus out, it's too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, rancher, you should be able to do it. Again, the inspector's probably gonna say, I can't see it, I can't see these primer, make sure there's no breaches, and he might flag you for that.
That was gonna be my question. We had an install down in Camden in the school, and the inspector came, and the plumber had to redo everything again, cause he wanted them to use UV light, glue, so he can inspect the UV light
Oh
material.
my god.
Yeah.
The clear blue had to have.
Well,
it
yeah,
so
it had
high.
UV,
That's
yeah.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
like school or something.
Well,
It was
that's
cool.
exactly right, that will not happen residential.
Yeah, that was
We'll
cool.
put purple primer on there, you always make it a little bit messy, so
Yeah,
you can see it.
it's a little,
Yeah, because inspectors are holy crap lazy, and they don't want to like look.
yeah.
Yeah, they want to see that look, because first time I ever did with my buddy, I
Sounded
was
so
all,
nice.
proud, like, man, just see the look, he's like, no, man, give me that. I'm like, bro,
You messed it up.
yeah, my masterpiece, and he explained to me, like, no, the picture's gonna go by, he wants to see the purple.
I have the exact same story.
God, it drove me nuts, I was like, oh, be careful. And I was also taking forever to use, so there is that. So again, right here, what do we say?
A problem.
Thank you, that's a problem. Well, we have solutions,
Looks
don't
like they
we?
got a cap on that boiler drain, the gate valve too, must be tripping.
Yep,
At the bottom
oxidation right here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That used to be blue.
Yeah. That used to be black.
Yeah.
So something leak, maybe it's the old circuit pump, because that's pretty new.
Yeah.
But definitely conversations worth having, because now this is compromised.
That's a little Williamson.
Yeah. And this is, again, guys, 300 some odd for drain down, and then additional, what, 4 something for the pipe and valve?
They would
$200
do
ticket.
that?
Yeah, it's an $800 ticket. Now we're going to assume that this is no longer dripping, because that looks nice and clear, so there's probably an expansion tank further downstream.
My biggest thing is just getting familiar with this book.
Also here, this looks nice and clean, that looks pretty shiny, right? Someone replaced that. Why? Because it's leaking. Look at all the oxidation here.
Yep.
So these things you gotta look for in a boiler. So I wasn't a boiler guy, not like Wes and Teddy, but I wasn't afraid of them. You know, they're fun to work on, you get to actually do stuff,
Yeah.
and, you know, they're profitable. I'm not gonna lie about it. You know, the money that came off my truck from boiler money alone was pretty substantial.
My old boss told me, listen, my brother's a plumber, and he does this, so I would expect you to do this. You can handle this, John, you just gotta sit here and figure it out, okay?
Figure it out, John.
That's the guy who was changing the expansion tank
Oh,
on the
yeah.
fly, the master plumber,
Master
yeah,
plumber.
oh my god.
So here we are again. And by the way,
Yeah,
guys,
super tight.
I'm gonna apologize for this, because you're gonna notice this every single boiler you go to. Your eye's just gonna go, look for the, not enough, oh, that's not 18 inches.
Yeah.
That's the curse that we bestow upon you for this
Yep.
class.
Yep. At least it has an air bleeder up top.
Mhm.
Yay, what's it doing? If all the air can still get stuck at the bottom, what's it doing? Hooray!
Well, I'm saying that's the reason.
Oh, good, we put tips on the bowl, fabulous.
Hey.
Now,
The
the
expansion
18
tank
inches
right there is
before
gonna
and
help.
after?
No, just before.
Just
Because once it goes through, I don't care,
Yeah,
that air's already
cause
gone.
that's what's, yeah.
But it's not gonna be pretty if it doesn't look the same on you.
It has to be.
I'm telling you, this is how they're put in.
It has to be symmetric, I mean, right in the middle.
Yep, oh, they gotta be
Height has
nice.
to be
There you
nice.
go.
There you go.
See, that's what I've had
There
water
it
come
is.
busting out of, yeah.
You see that green?
Uh-huh.
Then
Yeah,
nothing.
nope, not doing it. And again, what do we see here?
Yeah,
Little
the
strap.
strap.
Straps.
That looks solid.
Tiny ass strap.
Who was to park their chair underneath there?
Yeah, I'm gonna work right here, I'm working on this boiler right here.
Yep.
Now, I don't think so.
Yep. But it's okay, because some of these wires that are not in the code will catch it.
Yeah, I mean, just, was it electrical? Yeah.
Water
What's
electric
the-
runs straight
I
together.
was gonna
Say, they run all the wires underneath it too. It's like a secondary.
No.
It's a catch net.
I don't know if it's better or worse, but there you are.
Trust me.
Jeez.
But I mean, look, we got foil tape around the flue for the water heater, so.
Probably work.
Yeah, exactly.
On like a perfectly
Most
horizontal
dangerous
pipe.
is.
I know a guy. I know a
The
guy.
electric.
Up top?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it's-
That's all
it's
twisted.
all twisted, yeah, great.
That's not in
The other
conduit.
picture too, they had wires over. the-
Like, I don't even think we're allowed to use this anymore. We used to use this back in the 80s and 90s for outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
And now you can't even do that. Everything's got to be conduit.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's like Simon said, this thing goes down, you're gonna catch that wire, arc something's gonna hit this, which is already a piece of crap, that's gonna crumple. So now, flooded house, arcing electricity, and probably carbon dioxide poisoning when all is said and done.
Exactly, so it's
Almost
not like
the whole house.
teed into the water heaters.
I can't tell.
It
but
looks
yes.
like it's
And then it
teed
goes to the left.
horizontal.
Yes,
No, yeah, there's no pitch,
yeah,
and it looks too small.
way small.
And this dark spot here, it makes me nervous.
Is that
But-
duct tape?
But I mean,
This is stuff you see.
Is that duct tape?
Yeah, it's pretty
when you
good.
see the discoloration here, right?
Yeah.
That's from all the gas that's being trapped in there, slowly burning up that metal.
Yeah, he,
You see it in all the, hoods,
Mm-hmm.
Billy, Camden.
Yep. Now, when I first started working for Verizon, one of the questions they asked me was, do you have a problem working in Chester? I said, Chester, or Westchester? And ladies and gentlemen, she said, Chester. I said, I'm fine before dark. And she laughed. I was like, I'm not joking. So a lot of these pictures are from my time in Chester.
he's like, when the street light comes on, I go home.
Oh, the girls couldn't get it. They're like, oh, you go home, you big baby. It's like,
Yeah.
you listen to the same news that I do. There's like 3 shootings in Chester every single night. And I'm not talking like the 90s or anything. Like this was in like 2012, 2013.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. So this is actually a nice crown boiler. Also a big fan of crowns. But you see like how tight everything is here?
Yeah.
And you got the 4 zone valves here.
Yeah.
So here, there's not a whole lot to be done. You just don't have the real estate to do it. Maybe put in, like I said, I don't have a great thing here, but right there.
Ooh.
Yep.
With the catch pan for the,
You don't put pans down unless, I have better things to do. That's for my leftovers, not just to decorate my basement with.
Mhm.
Right there.
Yeah. Just cap it, it'll be fine.
Testing me.
I'll see you in the parking lot.
George, I capped this thing.
I'll see you at 3. Yeah. You know where to find me.
I don't know how I feel about it. You guys are getting ready to cook fights with me. I thought we were cool.
That's one, 1964.
1964.
That's what he wants to
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do
Don't
that.
spend it.
Yeah.
Shit is long.
She put, what the fuck, some pots. I need water for later.
I was trying to flip a boiler yesterday. He said, "Oh, we're moving in 2 years." He said, "We're gonna keep replacing the same standing pile of gas out for the next however long you're gonna live here."
Yeah, guys, and of course, you can always call me for advice, tips, tricks, things like that. So here's the current pricing for this stuff. Air vent, easy $250, right? And these are pre-discount pricing. So this is all retail. Expansion tank, 882, plus drain down, 1100. Magnetic separator, just shy of 2 Gs, 21. Low water cutoff, 1500, 18.
Yeah, I did replace air vent yesterday. It was
Always.
766 before any discounts.
Yeah, well, I think this one's the add-on price.
Okay.
So to your point, there is a $600 one, but if you're just gonna popping it off and on, $250.
Yeah, no, this was on that old boiler. If she's doing anything on that thing, she's paying for it.
So again, excellent point. If you're looking at the piping around, it's all rusted, and you know it's gonna give you a hard time, you should probably charge the extra.
Yeah, I used it up. Yeah.
Yep.
Question, customer, 10-plus-year-old boiler, customer changed the standing pilot about 3 years ago. Same issue happened again. There's no warranty on it, is it?
When we replace it?
3 years ago.
No. So 2 years, labor we put on any repair, 3 with membership. And honestly, there's something going on there because that standing pilot shouldn't be replaced, yeah.
Yep,
Is it
so,
so do we replace the pilot or the thermocouple?
we replaced the pilot. I don't know if you replaced the thermocouple or not. I didn't say anything in there, but I ordered the pilot and thermocouple.
Yeah, did you charge for thermocouple?
Yeah,
Excellent.
that's why we're gonna be in first place, huh?
Who's your partner? Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are heavy hitters.
I think so.
Us, you teamed up with?
I think I'm going
Oh,
to
what the-
Oh, really?
Low-key, I'm on vacation for a week, so we're not gonna win.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna try it.
Are you gonna leave to do the hanging?
I mean, I already got I think I'm already #1, so.
No.
Yeah. On Saturday, I think Saturday, cause I got.
I've been busy so far.
Oh, so I was right behind him
As of yesterday,
then.
Al was #1 going into Monday, and then yesterday when I ran Monday's numbers, he bumped up.
Okay, nice.
Now, to your point, you were #1 overall for the year,
Oh.
year to date.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, don't sleep on, don't let him fool you, he's all like chill.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's quiet, he
Nah.
doesn't say shit.
Dude,
Yeah, kill him.
He doesn't say
dude,
shit.
he is ruthless.
On me. Customers love me.
Under 10 maintenances, yeah. So, yeah, so when I send my filmers, it's all under 10 maintenances. So that's your your promo PTUs, your planned PTUs, and your WMAs. So that is anything that counts. So like I said, that's why we're putting a big push on IAQ from before, because it's shoulder season, right? One reason why I'm doing this is easy money's gone. So what I heard for years was like, man, it's a boiler, man, I can't do, no, there's a ton of stuff to do. A ton. You just gotta learn how to look for it and not be afraid of it. And for you new guys, I have no problem sending another guy out, a senior guy out, to guide you your first time. So you don't get your boiler baptism. Cause that sucks.
Yeah, that John Scarpa's got a pretty complicated one.
I've never been there. I've been meaning to go for years.
I haven't even taken pictures, man. I should've took some pictures just to show you the shots.
Yeah, no, he's got a dedicated system just for his driveway. He has his own dedicated for his driveway. What? Yeah, he's got a boiler zone dedicated for his driveway.
Snow and shit?
Yeah, no.
Where's he at, New Jersey?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
on
he's
the
got an
beach
Avalon.
in Avalon.
Yeah, he's got a house in Avalon and his wife has a house in Avalon.
Okay.
He's cool, his wife sucks. She yells at us all the time about pricing and plumbing.
Yeah, she was not friendly yesterday.
No, like with him, he's chill. No, whatever, hey, can you call your block and do a couple
Yeah,
things?
I'm
And
stuck
I'll,
on that.
I'm not one of these members, yeah, not a problem. I'm not
I'm gonna just take care of you and there's gonna be a handshake.
Alright,
Like,
so he has a house,
bro.
she has a house.
Yes.
Do they both have a house together?
Cause I mean, what the hell's going on here?
I don't ask those kinds of questions.
She did come to his
We-
house last
we-
night. He left the garage open for her and she yelled at me because the leaves were getting in.
How dare you let those things get in here?
Um,
Raul, that man has spent over 6 figures with us. I'm not asking questions.
How many
Whatever
houses?
you got going
No
on,
problem.
you got
Let's
going
go.
on. My guys don't mind going out
But
there,
to my
you
point,
pay your bills on time.
That's all that matters.
it would either take a very competent plumber or maybe an AST to come over there with me, just for me to really get a foundational grasp on that system.
Talk to Al and Jeff. They've been going there for 8 years.
Jeff Quigley and Alan and.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Wes has only just started going down the past like year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys have been going there for almost a decade.
Yeah, I gotta look up who the plumber is that sold him the indirect fire tank last year,
Yeah, I know about that one.
because it's doing the same thing again this year. They
Yep.
just replaced it, and obviously there's something else going on that we're missing.
Right.
I think it's the old research pump. There's an old 007, it's still
Yeah.
tan. I don't have a good way to diagnose. I have power to the pump is burning hot, it burns my hand when I touch it.
That pump's failing.
Am I getting research back from this 3 pipe into a common header? I can't test that.
Yeah.
So I
Westwood has
just-
some ideas.
Huh?
Westwood has some ideas. We're
Okay.
over time here, guys.
Yeah.
So,
Had to throw that one in there, thanks team.
yeah. So real quick, because we're talking about indirect tanks. So obviously, we know that some boilers do have indirects and control the water, right? Very rarely, especially on large homes, you'll actually see a pump attached to the indirect or actually the water heater. Does anybody know why that is?
Very rarely do we see a pump.
Yeah, attached to a water heater or an indirect tank.
You just don't have that volume of water demand.
Either volume or they want the hot water faster.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you have large properties, so it needs that extra water pressure's not enough, or some people are just impatient.
That's on a newer equipment.
I want
It's on anything.
I've
Yeah.
seen the recirc line coming back with the pump.
Yeah.
To increase it out to the farthest fixture, but you're saying actually on the indirect fire tank.
Well, so on the
On
indirect
the
tank,
supply
that's
side,
really a
it's
mixing
supply.
valve. But wherever, I mean, it could be on either side. The one that I put on was a 75-gallon tank I put on the
Mhm.
supply side.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the important thing about that. You have to order a separate pump. It's not just your standard Taco. It has to be for potable water. Otherwise,
Oh, that's why. I
Because
had
inside is-
stainless
is-
steel
about the
flammable.
stainless steel, not plastic and
Propeller
iron.
And everything, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
what did we just talk about for the backflow preventer?
The contamination from backwards.
So you have a blade in there that's not designed to handle water, it's going to rust.
Break down.
So if I poured a bottle of water and dropped a rusty nail in it, would you drink it?
Hell to the no.
You just did that to all these clients. Granted, we're all bottled water these days, but still, you don't be bathing it.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, it has that stainless steel.
Like I said, it's not often. I had one client,
Oh, you had it yesterday. It's the first one I've seen.
Yeah. like I said, it's because it was a large property, she had two 75-gallon water heaters. She was also a billionaire with a B. Yeah,
This is what I want.
that, I don't argue.
Yeah, it's just,
She also gave me $50 every time I walked through the front door.
it'll just take me some time to feel confident,
That's what you get.
you know?
Yeah.
I need to have a grasp of things before I go offering things.
Well, that one was easy, because, it was not a full B&G, but it has a mount on it, and the spring flew off. So I came in and said, yeah, this is making a god awful sound. So they shut it off, I was like, all right, well, let's turn back on and hear what happens. Ping! Like, well, the motor shot. I said, you good? I don't know where the spring went.
Yeah, that's my approach. Look for the most obvious, oldest, most corroded, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was my diagnostic skills.
Uh-huh.
It was very simple. I heard that break, it is now smoking, there's your problem, but where are you? No one.
Yeah.
So what do I do? I said, well, you'll still have hot water, it'll just take you a little bit longer to get there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, questions, comments about today?
No, thank you for the
Yeah, it was
training.
good,
Yeah,
thanks.
no worries. I know you guys were saying that for the camera.
Is the camera off?
No, everybody
Friends was
Is the camera off yet?
It will be. Like I said, I actually have a button, but my battery died. I think, I can't sing it to this one.